What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star 6, okay? Episode 8. Listen, we are finally here. We are at Snatch Game of Love, okay? Y'all know on All-Stars, when they do the Snatch Game, it is sort of based around, you know, like the match game, right? Which they, they had a whole like match game reboot this summer. It was like celebrity match game. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, not match game, dating game. So listen, I am not gonna hold y'all hostage. We're gonna get to this because I know everybody wants to know. Well, y'all know by now because it's a late video. But anyway, who is who and what's what. So the guest judge this week is Tina Knowles Lawson, which of course I think Trinity about fell out on the floor when she was like, oh my gosh, that is one step closer to Beyonce. Okay. And she was like, I cannot look like a fool in front of Queen Mother. Okay. Ginger is Phyllis Diller. Eureka is Divine. If you guys are not familiar with Divine, Divine was one of the first like superstar drag queens. She was in a lot of Waters films, and she's very famous for eating feces. Okay. Pandora, well, in a role, she really got into it. Pandora was Kim Cattrall, which I think she was trying, because she is the ghost of her Snatch Game is iconic. Oh my gosh, the lady she played in the Super Bowl show. Oh my gosh. Carol Channing. So she was iconic as Carol Channing. Trinity K. Bonet decided to do Whitney Houston. She said she did Whitney on tour, and so she's got her mannerisms and stuff down. It's just the comedy of it that she's working on. Keep working, baby. Raja was LaToya Jackson. Kylie, Dolly Parton. Now listen, I feel like when Ru did the walk-arounds, a couple of things. First, we knew Trinity was in trouble because Ru tried to throw her a couple of softballs and she couldn't catch them, child. Raja, the minute Ru said, I've been friends with LaToya for about 14 years, I think Raja got in her head and was like, oh, well, I have to make sure that I make the connection between Ru and her being friends with LaToya. The first group of ladies that went was Kylie, Trinity, and Ginger. So Trinity was in between Ginger Minj playing Phyllis Diller, which is a huge character, like a big personality, and I don't think anybody questioned whether Ginger would be able to pull that off. Like, I don't think anybody questioned Ginger being able to do this. And Kylie is Dolly Parton. Now, Kylie did the damn thing as Dolly Parton. I mean, with Kylie, we saw her kind of come out her shell with the acting challenge, and she has been on a roll ever since, honey. And she did really, really good. The person who flopped was Trinity. Now, Trinity looked good. Trinity had Whitney down. But Trinity, and I feel like she psyched herself out, and I almost feel like Trinity felt like she could float this week. I almost feel like Trinity told herself, look, you got 2 wins, and the way that they doing it this season is whoever is the front runner gets the benefit of the doubt, and right now you are the front runner, so no matter how bad you do, you shouldn't go home. Baby, let me tell you something. Don't ever get that comfortable in a game like this where people are voting off their competition. Because at any point in time, they could flip it and say, well, you know what? I know that's how we played it the first 6 or 7 weeks, but it's getting down to the wire, and now I need to start eliminating my competition. And you had a bad week, you opened up the back door, and I'm gonna push you through that bitch. Don't you ever get that comfortable, Trinity, to think that you can float. And I feel like that's exactly what you did. I feel like you made up in your mind that this was not your challenge and that you weren't going to try that hard. Because I don't feel like you did. I feel like you just decided, I'm not good at it, and so I'm going to go through the motions. But if I'm in the bottom, I should be okay, and I'll worry about it next week. And I really feel like that's what you did. And so did everybody else. So you lucky. We're going to get there. The guest bachelor was Cheyenne Jackson. Then we have Raja, Eureka, and Pandora. Again, they were better. They were the more entertaining. Well, I shouldn't say that because I was entertained with the first panel. I just cringed every time Trinity had to answer a question. Eureka did what Eureka does. She was over the top as Divine, but listen, Divine was over the top. Like, you can't half-ass Divine. Like, you have to go full throttle with Divine. Um, Pandora did okay as Kim Cattrall, but I feel like all Pandora did was take a bunch of Kim Cattrall lines from Sex and the City and just find a place to insert them. She got in her head again. The louder and bolder that Eureka got, the more and more withdrawn she got. And I feel like it was just like, girl. Raja did okay. She got a couple of zingers in there. She got a couple of one-liners in there, and she did okay, right? And Fortune was the Bachelorette the second time around. The runway was pop art, and I feel like everybody, for the exception of Trinity K. Bonet, was very, very literal with the pop art. The first runway look was Ginger Minge. It was very Andy Warhol, paper doll. So she had the Andy Warhol pictures on, but she had her arms sticking straight out and like very paper doll, like she couldn't move them. And her hair was like this very stiff, situation, but very Andy Warhol. And Eureka had almost the exact same outfit. Like the accents were a little different, the makeup was a little different, but it was damn near. Like, they had that baby doll dress with the Warhol faces, and I was like, okay. Kylie had a very form-fitting gown with her face on the front, very in your face, gown, and then she had the peekaboo in the back, to the butt cheek situation. I did like Kylie's outfit. Pandora had again, it was Warhol. She had her faces on her cape, but she also added like the comic book pow, bam, boom, like the Batman TV show thing. It was cute. I liked it. Raja was probably the least pop art for me. It was a bodysuit, and the coat had her face on the back, and I didn't think it was nice. It was a nice outfit, but it was least for me, least pop art. Trinity K. Bonet I think was the most out of the box pop art piece. She had the dress with she carried a Black Lives Matter sign, and the dress had the names of victims, trans women who have been, murdered, as well as, the Breonna Taylors. And the pattern was pop art like, and her makeup was very pop art. So to me, she was the most out of the box, and I was like, girl, you gonna need all the help you can get on that runway. And of course, Tina loved it. Tina gave her big kudos and absolutely loved it. But it ain't save her, because listen, it was no way around her not being in the bottom. Like, she was by far the worst. I mean, by far. Leaps and bounds. Okay. So Trinity is at the bottom, and so is Pandora. Ginger Minge is at the top. And again, I don't think anybody is surprised that Ginger Minge won. I mean, she absolutely, she was hilarious as Phyllis Diller. Absolutely. And she was on point. And if you knew anything about Phyllis Diller or remember anything about Phyllis Diller, like, she had her down. And Ginger is just that is her wheelhouse. Like, that is her shtick, right? So the lip sync assassin was my girl, Heidi in Closet. They were lip syncing to My Sugar Walls by Sheena Easton. And listen, again, we had a hair faux pas. Heidi had her signature big boof, puff on top, and the damn thing fell off. Now, she recovered because she had a ponytail underneath, and I almost think it was supposed to be a reveal, but it revealed itself a little too soon before it was supposed to reveal. But either way, she sort of recovered, but at the end, Ginger did again, Ginger knows how to be campy. She doesn't take her so serious. She doesn't try to be a sex siren. I mean, Sugar Walls is a whole sex song, but she didn't try to make it sex. She just kept it campy and very, and y'all know Rue love that. So Ginger wins. And Ginger, I was worried about, because Ginger was one of the ones that was talking about how she felt that, Trinity dialed it up for this week. And again, I have to admit, I agree. Trinity, you dialed it up. You dialed it up this week. But ultimately, she did choose Pandora to go home. And so Trinity, you live to see another day. But baby, you got 2 wins, but now you got 2 bottoms too. So at this point, Ginger got you if we still keeping score. Now, I don't know what the next challenge is, but you better come back with a vengeance, mama. But you know I still got you. All right. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Talk to y'all later. Peace.